I'm Jeff, as Tim introduced me. Hope y'all are having a good time. I'm having a ball. I got into this a few years ago. I started with one oven. I've got 5 or 6. It is kind of addicting, but it's fun. And I'm going to start out with dessert. Everybody seems to like dessert first. So I have a dump cobbler. It's a peach cobbler that's only 4 ingredients. It's a perfect starter if you're just trying to get into it. And I'll kind of show you through the paces. It's very simple. It's just peaches, canned peaches, butter, cinnamon, and a yellow cake mix. And a Dutch oven, that's all you need. And you don't have to have all this big rig out here to practice at home. You can have a little stand like this to start your coals on. And all you need is one of these little charcoal chimneys. You just stuff newspaper under the bottom, put charcoal in there, crank it up, and you got coals to work with. And what works really well is a little set of concrete patio stones. You can put your ovens right on the ground or on your patio concrete and cook right there. You don't have to wait and take them out to the park every time or whatever. So I'll get started on that cobbler. 12-inch oven, real simple. 1 stick of butter. You know, it has to be good if it's got a whole stick of butter in it. What we do is start with that. We'll go straight to the fire and melt the butter. It won't take long with this heat that we've got here. We'll put the lid on it. Make sure we don't get any coals in there. I'll let that go for a minute. Also, we're going to do a quick set of sourdough biscuits. I do a real easy biscuit mix from scratch. You can make a sourdough starter real easy with just your active yeast. There are other ways to do it. They're a little more involved after you get into it, but this is very easy. It's just yeast, 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of warm water, and a little sugar that feeds the yeast. Put it in your glass crock like this. It will immediately start frothing and growing. It feeds off the sugar in there. The recipe calls for 2 cups of sourdough starter, 2 cups of flour, some baking powder. I'm going to lose that in the wind. Tablespoon of sugar, 3/4 teaspoon of salt. That's the dry ingredients. Add the starter. If it's soupy like that, you know it's good and activated. If it gets real thin and watery, the yeast has kind of lost its activity. And a little bit of oil. This needs to be melted. Well, we had it on a low flame over there. 3 tablespoons of oil. We'll start mixing that. This is kind of the time-consuming part. It takes a little bit of elbow grease and a few minutes. I made this earlier to save a little time. This is what it looks like after you knead it and roll it out into little kind of egg-sized dough balls. We're going to check our butter. That's melted, so we're doing good there. We're going to add our peaches, 2 29-ounce cans of peaches on top of our stick of butter. Top it off with a little cinnamon to taste. Distribute that. We're going to let that simmer for a few minutes till it kind of gets bubbly, and then we'll put our cake mix on top. The peaches are bubbly, so it's time to add the yellow cake mix. That's why they call it a dump cobbler. You just kind of pour everything in there. You don't stir. Very simple. Like I said, no stirring. Pour it in there, just kind of even it out on top like this. Put your lid back on it. Now, what we're going to do though, we don't want it to burn on the bottom, so we're going to take it off. Reduce the amount of coals under the bottom and put a full spread on the top. Scoot those over. And And that basically just browns the topping. It takes about 10 minutes or so, so very quick and easy. Okay, we're gonna call that one done. You just want it to start browning on the surface a little bit. And that's it, it is cooked. And some biscuits. Make sure I didn't burn them. That's what you want right there. Golden brown on both sides. A mess of biscuits.